In this video, I'm going to be talking about how using solitude in the right way can help us improve our own well-being. Hi, it's Sam, welcome to Knowledge Node, and in this episode I'm going to be talking about the dire art of solitude, why it's different from being alone, and what benefits bringing more solitude into our life can have for us. So as well as this, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to be talking about some upcoming videos I'm going to have that are going to be looking at practices we can have to help us spend our time in solitude more structured and focused on helping our own development. So let's get started straight away. What is the difference between being alone versus being in solitude? So you can be alone and still be in communication with lots of people. So you can be physically alone, but you're still using social media, the internet, and other forms of entertainment that are more passive. So you're still receiving information through TV, books, articles, podcasts, music, things like this, where your mind is constantly receiving, interpreting and reacting to stimulus from other minds and outside sources. So this is possible in our current technological environment, where we can do this from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep very easily, where our mind is constantly reacting and it's never alone, it's never in a state of solitude. And this feeds straight into the definition of solitude that we're working off for this video today, which is a subjective state in which your mind is isolated from inputs from other minds. Yep, that's right, just you alone with your thoughts. My generation's worst nightmare. But this is a big problem, the fact that we're also scared of spending time with our own minds, and it's seen as the new normal to never have to deal with it. This is problematic because in actual fact, if we spend more time with our own mind, it will help improve our relationship with ourselves and improve our well-being. This is because in the times where our mind is receiving no input, this is the time that it best can process the information and ideas that we've come into contact with. That includes experiences, as well as helping control and regulate and deal with complex emotions. Not spending time in true isolation with our own mind also negatively impacts our creativity, as when we're in this constant state of receiving input, you're just not allowing your mind enough time to create its own output from the resources that are already within your own mind. It should be noted as well that using your mind in this way is like a cognitive muscle. You can develop it. So that's why a lot of people feel like they're not creative, because they're always stuck in this input mode of receiving, when it's mainly because they're not spending enough time in isolation with their own mind for the creativity to start working and to develop that muscle by repeated and repeated use of being in isolation with your mind. Last but not least, the thing that I think we'll be missing out on most if we don't start giving ourselves more time with our own mind is that we won't develop a habit of introspection. So that means looking at ourselves, looking really deeply at ourselves and deciding who we are as a person, deciding what our core beliefs are, what are our values, what do we want to do in this life, and how might we get there. These things aren't easy to come by. These are going to take lots and lots of periods of deep thinking and looking at yourself, reassessing, reevaluating. Your ideas will grow and evolve as you do. But the good thing is, the more that you get into the habit of this process, the better you will get at it. It will develop along with you. So, in order to better process your ideas, your experiences, your emotions, become more creative, take a deep look at yourself and decide who you are and what you want to become. Then start spending a little bit more time inside your own mind. Now I want you to ask yourself, out of all this time you spent in lockdown, how much do you think you've really spent in true isolation as you and your own thoughts? And whenever you are caught in that moment, if it's unintentional, how quickly do you distract yourself from it? And why is this? See, these are questions we need to start asking ourselves, because it's actually not normal to be that scared of our own mind. So in the next coming videos, I'm also going to be bringing you some practices that help us develop our time in isolation with ourselves and use it to our advantage to get a better relationship with our own mind and also bring some development out of it. So I'm going to have some videos on meditation and some videos on journaling, and these are two really good practices for solitude that can help us grow. That's it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it and found it an interesting idea. Keep your eye out for those videos that are going to be coming to show you some practices that you can use for developing yourself in self-isolation, the kind that you do when you don't have a cough And if you like this video, give it a like, give it a share, and if you like the content that's been put out on this channel so far, subscribe. There's going to be plenty more to come, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.